helping you to weather good and bad economies without putting retirement on hold. This is the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumolo. Ken and his son Nick know that creating a comprehensive financial plan can align your hard-earned life savings with your retirement goals. Consider them your retirement architects. Now, the Tumolo Financial Podcast with Ken and Nick Tumolo.
Gents, it's that time of year where it is just the spending season. It is amazing how easily the money just flies right out of our wallets and into the registers of the grocery stores and the retail stores as we run around doing all the shopping, buying all the things for our friends and family, want everybody to know how much we love them this time of year. But spending on our spending habits is actually what I want to talk to you guys about in this conversation, because we've talked about this before. If you have done any kind of research about retirement planning at all, you have read the story about how the number one fear for a retiree, it's the same study after study, year after year. People are afraid of running out of money. Completely understandable. And I think that fear probably rises the healthier we become, right? We work so hard, we save, we take care of ourselves, and now we are terrified that we're going to live for 40 years and we're going to run out of money. So it's actually producing a new problem where even though somebody has saved well, they end up not spending their money because of this fear, motivating them to, in fact, just clench onto their savings. And then they, of course, tragically, they don't enjoy retirement. And there's actually, I think I've even read something where there's a big problem that's happening where people are going to die with more money than they ever lived with because of this fear. So again, it's a flip side of the conversation. We're not in danger of running out of money, but we end up with more money and then we pass on and we never enjoyed it. Is this something that you see, one, and how do you help people work through this to spend with confidence?
It's having a plan. I think that's
right,
kind
of
of the
course,
question,
yeah.
right?
Step one, get a plan.
No, and I've seen this with people that have $200,000. I've seen this with someone that, I just started working with that has $5 million. And he was worried that he couldn't retire the next year. And I was like, you could retire today with the money that you have and the spending that you have. Okay. So it's given that plan to make you feel comfortable spending, like you say, with confidence. Because I could give you a bunch of stories about it. I'll even give you one. I had a client about 5-6 years ago. He was worried about retiring because he didn't have enough money. And we went over expenses multiple times with him during those 6-month reviews. Mm-hmm. And he finally pulled the trigger after 2 years to retire. And I told him when he first started working with me, he had the money to retire. But it took some time. Sometimes it takes people a little more time. Sometimes people just want a little more cushion. I felt like he had enough cushion. But sometimes I feel like I'm a therapist at times when I talk to people about this stuff.
Yeah.
And I even, when I built out the plan for him too, I put it with him spending a little bit more. So I was trying to even show him, okay, even if you did spend more, you still had money left at 90, even for your son, because he had one kid. And sometimes people, they listen to other people. They don't feel comfortable. So I just try to give them that reassurance and tell them that they're okay doing these things because I want them to hit their goals and stuff like that. So like for him, he finally retired. Unfortunately, how he retired, unfortunately, it was because of an injury at work. Fortunately, it wasn't a serious injury. Good. But it opened his eyes. He's like, Nick, my body can't do this anymore. You told me countless times the last 2 years. So he was like
a hard labor type job?
Yep, hard labor, blue collar type job.
Yeah.
And he finally said, yep, I'm ready to go. So we built up the plan, and now we're sending him money out every time from his IRA and everything, and he's happy. He's been doing things at the house that he's put to aside. I wish I could do some of that stuff.
Yeah, I know, right?
My weekends have been busy.
We all need more time. I know. So
he's like, oh, man, I'm so close to all my jobs being finished. He's like, now I got to plan something because they haven't gone on vacation yet in the last year. Yeah. So he wants to go to, I think he said Cape Cod, I think it was.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's his next thing that he's doing. He's going to finish his 2 more projects, he said, and then he's going to start booking that trip. So it's getting that plan out. It's because that plan shows the confidence. So, like, for someone where another couple that they've been just using their Social Security, they are unfortunately a little.
Is this somebody you worked with?
Yeah, another person a client that I work with. just spending their Social Security, and they retired about a year ago. So I've been working with them for a few years. But they're worried about spending the money and running out of money. And I told them they can spend this amount and they'll feel comfortable. And finally, they got to the point with inflation and stuff like that and wanting to do a few extra things. They're like, yeah, Nick, I think I'm ready to start taking money out. And what I showed them is taking that money out monthly versus not taking out that money monthly, and showing them what was left later down the road. Like what we do at Tumolo Financial, on the Tumolo Retirement Checkup, we only run it at a 4% return. Over 20, 30 years, I hope we do better than 4%.
Right.
The market has, over the last 80 years, done 8 to 9%. So that 4%, I hope keeps keeps going. I hope that's a good conservative.
It's a safer zone. Yeah.
And safe money right now is still giving 4%.
Okay.
Right? It's starting to trend down. It will probably be around 3% next year if the Fed keeps going with what they've wanted to do last year. But it's building that plan, giving that confidence. So when people really aren't confident in spending and doing those big trips, I like to build it out onto retirement projections to show them the cause and effect of it, so that they see that number at age 90, 95, whatever number you want to look at, and say, okay, this amount, 500,000 left, now it's 350. Okay, I still feel comfortable. My kids are going to still get some money. So it's given that confidence. That's why we like to do this retirement checkup complimentary for our callers. Our phone number is 860-854-3434, or you can check us on our website at tfcheckup.com.
And I found the hardest part of my job, or our job, I should say, is getting people to spend.
Really?
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. It's so interesting. It's like we have worked so hard. We sacrificed our working years. We have saved. We finally get to this space, and now we just completely clench up, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Yeah, but think about it. Someone has worked their whole life, and what did they do? They basically just saved money.
Right.
So 30 or 40 years of doing the same thing, putting money in the bank account, putting money in those retirement accounts, and the paycheck shows up. And so you can kind of relate it to, hey, they were climbing this hill and building it, and this amount of money just got higher and higher.
Yeah.
And it's that fear of the unknown, I want to say.
Yeah.
It's I'm going into retirement. I don't know what I can spend and what could happen where I have no money.
Right.
And so there's a lot of worries. And so a couple things we do is the 6-month reviews.
Right.
It's really getting people in every 6 months. And you'd say you would think in our industry it's just about numbers and investing. And that's what it is with a lot of places you go to.
And for a lot of growth, your growth, it is a lot of that. In retirement, which is what you guys focus on at Tumolo Financial, this is a different kind of financial planning because it is about a lifestyle now.
Yeah, it's the shift to retirement.
Yeah.
So when you get to that shift of retirement, now we're adding in, hey, how do I make this money last? Are there any strategies? But the hard piece of it is getting people comfortable spending.
Yeah.
And I can't stress it enough. It's getting them past that fear of the unknown. And so the 6-month reviews, it's reassuring them. It's really having conversations, making them feel better. And showing on paper that they're still not running out of money. And each 6-month review that goes by, I've seen clients spend more. Some do. I shouldn't say everyone.
Right. Well,
so
baby steps.
Yeah. I still have some that don't. I've got a guy that I've been telling for the past 3 years, and he listens to the show a lot, so he might know I'm talking about him. But it's been about 3-4 years. I keep telling him, hey, you got enough. You can retire now.
So he's still working?
He's still working.
Okay.
But he worries. And the thing is, I've got a bunch of people like that. But the thing is, I know he can retire now. I've shown him on paper. I mean, it's really, you and your wife, I mean, you're at a point now where, hey, just start doing some things that you want to do. Don't keep going to work and giving. You think about it, you're giving your employer, and it's not a bad thing, but you're giving your employer your years.
Yep.
Because the thing is when you reach 62, 63, 64 years old, we don't know how many more years that we're going to have as really great years because let's say we get, knees. I mean, I can't tell you how many times clients tell me they go in for knees. Mm-hmm. And so far, every single client I have has come out and it's been a great operation and they're fine and they're running around.
Yes,
and, and so that's all I wish for everyone. But the thing is what if you're that one that you go in for a knee operation, doesn't go as good and you're not walking as good as you were before you went in for it.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I should have taken that trip that I would have had to walk a little bit more on, and now I actually have to use a walker. Hopefully it doesn't go to that extreme. But but the idea is you never know in life.
Yep.
And so you want to do those things.
Yep.
Don't put them off. And if financially, if the numbers are there and they show it, now it's really getting past the psychological, the unknown. Like I said, getting someone past the unknown and giving them an idea that it actually does work and they can retire and they can. Yeah, they're not going to run out of money. And we always bake in a little extra. I mean, Nick will tell you that too. We're so
that's part of the plan is the cushion. Yeah.
Low rate of return in the projection, bake in a little extra because when you do know those emergencies do come up, it's really about getting them through retirement, have that extra in it. This way, if some emergency happens, they don't have to worry. Again, our number, and we do a complimentary, and that's where everyone should start. Know your numbers. Have a good idea. Are you at the point where you can retire? At least if you come in and do the retirement checkup and you have an idea of your numbers, then you can take the next step and start to think, oh, maybe should I retire? And so, again, we do it complimentary for our listeners. Our number, 860-854-3434, or go right to our website, tfcheckup.com.
Investment advice offered through Tumolo Wealth Management, a Connecticut-registered investment advisor. Content contained herein should not be construed as an offer or solicitation for investment advice or for the purchase or sale of any security, insurance, or other investment product. Please consult with a qualified financial, tax, accounting, or legal professional before implementing any ideas or strategies discussed here.